darkness. This pandemic, hopefully finally coming to an end, is the light at the end of the tunnel that we are all so eager to see. Being a part of the celebration of Diwali is also my way of remembering that we are part of a greater community, not just the European Union. In celebrating Diwali, we are celebrating the victory of good over evil with our Hindu, Sikh, and Jain sisters and brothers, not just in Europe, but all over the world. We are celebrating the coming of a new beginning for all of us, with a new awareness and a new hope. Hope for a better future, the wisdom of lessons learned, and gratitude that we are still here to put in practice. There are many ways to celebrate Diwali. I see it as a time of sharing, lighting candles with our neighbors, showing to them and with them that we are still here, alive and triumphant in spite of the dark surrounding us. Thank you for letting me share this light with you. As Diwali is also about opening one's door to one's neighbors, I hope next year we will be able to bring Diwali to the European Parliament and light it with all our wonderful and colorful lights in person. Until then, I send you my greetings and prayers for better times ahead.
Thank you.
That was the Vice President Metsola, Vice President of the European Union, Roberta Metsola. The next, we have a wonderful message from His Eminence Cardinal Miguel, which we will hear shortly. I'll put it on.
Dear friends, in the name of the Pontifical Council for Interreligious Dialogue, with great joy, I wish you all a happy Diwali. You, the members of the Hindu Forum of Europe, have chosen this day to virtually gather to celebrate Diwali together. May God, the source of all light, fill your hearts and homes with the much needed light of hope, as the entire world community continue to cope with the uncertainties and anxieties caused by the present pandemic. May He also abundantly bless each of you, your families and communities with happiness and peace, bringing all of you more than ever in fellowship and friendship with one another and with the people of religious traditions other than your own. In the wake of a rapid rise in the number of COVID-19 cases in some parts of the world in the last few weeks, particularly in Europe, I wish to appeal to you all to take care of yourself by not letting your guards down against the coronavirus. In this delicate context, opting to get vaccinated, as Pope Francis says, is a simple but profound way of promoting the common good and caring for each other, especially the most vulnerable. The crisis caused by the present pandemic have been both a painful challenge too, and in some ways, a welcome opportunity for us to grow as persons with an enhanced awareness of our relatedness with God, with others and nature, and also of the responsible stewardship of the environment demanded of us both for the sake of the well-being of one another and for the good of planet Earth, our common home. Despite the challenges, we have been able to rise to the occasion in our own ways with a deep sense of responsibility, turning the crisis into an opportunity to display our solidarity in spirit and in fact. It was this sense of shared responsibility arising from our shared humanity that brought all people together everywhere in a spirit of solidarity, irrespective of the countries of their origin, ethnicity, language, culture, and religious traditions, to collectively respond to the crisis and to reach out to those most affected by the pandemic. This experience of solidarity also makes it evident that when we stand united as one human family, not only we will be able to confront the pandemic-related challenges, but also every other, even the most pressing and apparently unsurmountable ones, such as climate change, poverty, terrorism, religious fundamentalism, extreme nationalism, discrimination on the basis of creed, color, class, and nationality, migration, marginalization, and exploitation of women and children. It further proves that we are capable of even a fuller and greater display of love, care, solidarity, and fraternity. In order for us to take on the present and future challenges, the spirit of solidarity needs to be strengthened at all levels and in all possible ways by nurturing and promoting social friendship and human fraternity among people. Interreligious dialogue can play a monumental role in fostering such a culture. This culture further favors a culture of encounter, generating thereby a lifestyle with which people of different religious traditions and cultures feel motivated to learn from one another, to join hands with one another, and to manifest respect for one another, and above all, to love one another as brothers and sisters, demonstrating in their daily life acts of kindness, hospitality, openness, understanding towards one another, most especially the poor and the needy. I am happy to note that the Hindu Forum of Europe has as its goal, among other things, promotion of interfaith friendships and peaceful coexistence, and draws its inspiration from Hindu ethos and is open to learn from other faith traditions. Protection of environment also seems to be an avowed goal of the forum. In this regard, I warmly encourage you, the office bearers and members of the forum, in whichever country you are based, to involve yourselves more and more in the interreligious initiatives undertaken by the church and by organizations belonging to other religious traditions in your countries. Such engagements help in strengthening interreligious understanding and collaboration, and enhance the spirit of solidarity among the people and promote a culture of encounter. Let me conclude by recalling what Pope John Paul II of happy memory said with regard to the distinctive characteristic of Europe in which we all live. He said, respect for the dignity of the human person, a profound sense of justice, freedom, industriousness, the spirit of initiative, love of family, respect for life, tolerance, the desire for cooperation and peace mark its special identity. Therefore, may our lives and our interactions with one another reflect these characteristics. I am sure that if we sow the seeds of solidarity together and promote a culture of encounter, we shall have the joy of harvesting their fruits together, not only in Europe, but also across the globe. I wish you once again a happy Diwali. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was a message, a peaceful message, coexistence, and solidarity from His Eminence Cardinal Miguel, who is a Spanish prelate of the Church and an historian. He has been an official of the Roma Curia since 2012 and Archbishop since 2016 at the Vatican City. So thank you very much again, Cardinal Miguel. The next, I would like to welcome David Earle. David Earle is the director of the Universal Peace Federation. David is very much concerned about the state of the family in our society and about helping our youth becoming contributing citizens with good character. For the past 25 years, he has been working for UPF from street level to government level. Actually, he's still working there on inter-religious and intercultural projects and conferences, which brings communities together to serve for the good of the public. David graduated from both Leeds and Aberdeen universities, acquiring Bachelor of Science, Master of Science, and PhDs in biochemistry, nutrition, and agriculture. So let me pass over to David Earle. Before that, let me first, let me make him a co-host so that he can actually share a screen for his presentation. David, are you okay?
Let me try and see if...
You should be able to share a screen, yes.
Is that working?
Yes, we can see you.
Can you see my slide?
We can see your slides. And can everybody hear David loud and clear?
The voice is okay?
Good.
Yeah. All right. So greetings, everybody. A very happy Diwali to Dr. Lakshmi Vyas, the Hindu Forum of Europe. Namaste. I've been to India 13, 14 times, and I said earlier, looking around the screen, I feel like I'm back in India. I think in Kerala we used to say namaskaram. Something like that. Namaskaram. So I'll just give a brief presentation, and my main point is just to give a little bit of hope that together, collectively, we can make quite a big difference when our collective voice is heard, even at the highest level. So after, I'll just share, can you see my second slide? Yeah, so this is one of UPF's main strengths is bringing people together and allowing them to...
I think, David, you might have to, sorry to interrupt, you might have to click on the second slide on the left-hand column so for us to view it. At the moment, we can only see the first slide in the middle. Yes, that's better.
Can you see the second slide?
Yes, this is.
And if I change it, you can see the third one?
Yes.
Okay, so UPF likes to bring lots of people together. This was just, seems like a long time ago. This was just before the pandemic really hit, beginning of last year. And this was our largest gathering ever of delegates from 170 countries. And we had an Indian, a Rwandan, Pakistani, Ghanaian delegation went to the meeting. You can see Sheikh Nuru. Some of you from Birmingham will know Sheikh Nuru, meeting with a former colleague from South Africa. But the main thing is we had the chance to meet with people at the top end. So Ban Ki-moon and Bishop Munib from the Middle East, they've received peace awards, but we could mix very freely with them and talk to them at the conference, which is very nice. And then my wife, this is her meeting with one of the former First Lady from Ireland, Enda Kenny's lovely wife, Fionnuala. So after COP26, we ourselves also held a little online meeting. Dr. Lakshmi very graciously shared, and we had some young people talking, and one of them, Cameron, made this point that there seem to be two separate realities of the people inside, looking a little bit formal there, and people on the outside on the streets, in two almost totally different realities that he commented on. This was Cameron, and he was emphasizing that we need to act, not just speak, but to act. And these were the points that he mentioned from a previous meeting for Interfaith Week. We need more communication between one another, especially as people of faith, perhaps more vigils to raise awareness at our temples and our mosques and churches and so on. We need to get more young people involved. And we need to encourage individual actions and let people know what they can do at street level. But my main point today is we need to explore ways of working together to impact on the political process and the decision makers. And we can do that. That's going to be my little message here. And I'll just take the example of conflict minerals, since we're talking about the environment. Conflict minerals are minerals that are mined in conflict zones. We use up a lot of land that can't be used because of the conflict. And people make money out of mining conflict minerals, which they use to fuel the tensions and the crises and the conflicts. So this is in East Congo, near Lake Kivu, and tens of thousands of women have been raped in that area to destroy communities by different factions, including the M23 rebels, over many years, in order to put minerals into our mobile phones. I imagine all of you have got one of these. And the mineral coltan is part of the electrical circuitry, tantalum, which is part of our, so it's big money. It is mined by people who then use that money to fuel the conflict. So we met one lady from East Congo, Charlotte, many years ago in 2010, and she had been trying to speak out about this issue for many years and couldn't find a voice. So she found a platform actually in our home through my wife's women's meeting, and she spoke about this issue, which the media just was not touching because it was so hot, so controversial, multinationals involved, various factions involved, but she was able to speak about it. And the ladies were so moved that then we took her to London, and because of our foundation in London, then we were able to have her speak in the UK Parliament. And again, an MP was so moved by her talk at that level that then we arranged for her to go and speak in the European Parliament. So she spoke, and the member of the European Parliament, British at that time, Dr. Charles Tannock, again was so profoundly moved, he decided to bring a motion in front of the European Parliament about that issue in East Congo and all the women who'd been raped over the mining of this mineral coltan. So then things started to shift. The media started to get involved, articles were written, personalities got involved. William Hague and Angelina Jolie, they founded this Preventing Sexual Violence Initiative, and they went to Africa, they went to Congo, they met with the people. So that's my point today, is just that together, if we create the platform, we can actually speak truth to power. We can talk to the politicians and we can bring our case, but it's only together that we can do that. That's my main point today, but it is possible. That's the hope that I want to leave with you. And this is this lovely lady, Charlotte, who one person, together with all of us supporting her, was able to bring that change in the world at large and at the highest level. So I'd like to leave that with you as my point today. Together, we can really make a difference, including regarding environmental concerns. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, David. Really appreciate that story, which it puts the importance of working together and the fact that we should carry on working together to make wonderful things happen. There are a lot of things which may not be right in the world, but if we work together, I'm sure the world can be a better place. Next on the agenda is, I'm now going to be handing over to Dr. Lakshmi Vyas. So over to you, Dr. Vyas.
Thank you very much, Kesh. And thank you very much, David, for that wonderful presentation. You touched upon some burning issues and what we need to do as citizens. I appreciate the various kinds of work you are involved all over the world. I wish all the very best to take your federation to a different level and to be recognized the world over. And I agree with you that COP26 is just not about talking about climate, but a collective list of other environmental factors too. Thank you once again. And now we go to some of the important people who are going to speak. I mean, who are just going to say a few words on today's occasion. So I invite Amarananda Swami.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. The principle of fire.
Amarananda, please unmute. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Lakshmi, I could hear him clear.
You could?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Amarananda Swami is the director of Center of Vedanta, Geneva, Switzerland. He has authored several books on nature and relations with humans. He is the spiritual leader of Hindu Forum of Europe. Please say a few words, please. Swamiji.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. The principle of fire, Agni Tattva, as they call it, has been the queen of adoration for the Hindus from the holy past. Our Vedas begin with the mantra Agni Mile. That means we adore Agni. And Agni is happily is an Indo-European word. It joins India and Europe. Now, in a corner of the temple, even in these days, Agni is represented. So, in our mantras, Bhariti, Bhurvasva is utilized, which means the regions where the fire is conceived and perceived. And then down to our, from the cosmic level to our individual level, you see, Agni has its importance. Gita says, Ahang Vishwa Naro Bhutva Praninang Dehamastita. Pranapana Samayukta Pachamannam Chaturbidham. This digestion is going on with the Agni inside. And in our homes, it is taking the shape of lamps. And these lamps, we can say to the lamps that Deepa Jyoti Prakashena Bhrajatangbo Managriham. By the light of these lamps, later minds be illuminated. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Swamiji, for that wonderful explanation on light. I will call next Krishna Kripa Dasa from Spain. He is the president of the Hindu Federation of Spain and former vice president of Hindu Forum of Europe. Krishna Kripa ji.
Namaskaram to all. I wish you to all a very happy Diwali. And let me start with a prayer. Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityumam Amrita Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lead me from reality to reality. Take me from darkness to light, and take me from death to immortality. So we wish to all of you a happy Diwali, Festival of Light, and we request to all of you to please be attentive. Don't put down your guard against the COVID. And we just have good news. We just published a book in Spanish called Nature and Spirituality. And we have the input of 9 different religions. I wrote the chapter about Hinduism, and also Swami Rameshwarananda also wrote about his project Campus Fee. So we hopefully would like to get this book also in English so we can share with all of you. That's all. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Krishna Kripaji. I call Chitra Paul to say a few words. Chitra Paul is the president of the Hindu Forum of Sweden. Chitra ji. Chitra ji.
Yes. Namaskar to all. Shubh Dipapoli from Sweden. This year, Durga Puja and Diwali was full of sorrow across the globe. There was no Diwali lightings as a protest on the ongoing genocide, violence, and vandalism that took place against Hindus in Bangladesh during Durga Puja. We lit 100 lamps and observed a minute of silence for those who lost their lives in the violence. Shubho Dipapoli again. Thank you.
Thank you, Chitra ji. Thanks for keeping to the time, all of you. I'm very sorry because everybody is going to speak. So I call upon Satish Joshi. Satish Joshi ji, are you there?
Yes, please.
Yes, so Satish ji is the president of the Federation of Hinduism in Switzerland. And please, I invite you to say a few words.
Namaste. Namaste, dear friends in Europe. Can you see me in, I don't see my picture on my laptop.
We can see you.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay.
We can see you.
Okay, that's fine. I'm very happy. I got a very simple reflection about the present situation, and I can summarize it in a phrase which says, the only thing certain is the uncertainty. We are certainly passing through an area of the time of uncertainty, and it is difficult for us in Switzerland, right in the center of Europe, to foresee how the things are going to be after 2 weeks, forget after 2 months. But our religion, Hinduism, and our culture of Hindu philosophy teach us how best we can live this time of uncertainty. For example, Gita's central message, which says, Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana, is the best torchlight for me in practical terms, especially in these uncertain times. What I have in my hand is just to give my best in the given situation every day and stop worrying about the results in the future. So the sentence, the only thing certain is the uncertainty. That's a message from my side to take home. Namaste and thank you to all of you, and stay happy and healthy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I now call Mari Mandakani Stenar from Sweden. She's the Vice President of the Hindu Forum of Europe. Mari ji.
Namaskar. No doubt we have a world that is out of balance, a lot of violence, and also this very, very bad news on COVID situation. Is the world going on lockdown again? And will we all die soon? That is completely our questions to worry about. Just in my close area, one man just showed up outside of her house and tried to strangle a woman in her garden. She didn't even know him. Next day, another woman raped in her house. Even small children robbed and beaten every day, and old people boned, beaten and robbed. Some of them from a lifetime of savings, others from the only little they have for daily surviving. And gang-related shootings every day and bank-related internet scams. How can people be this cruel? No trust in anything or anyone anymore. It's a word of unsafety, aggressions, frustrations, ego, and despair. A proper behavior and a good moral code. That is what society needs more than ever, and that is what we, the Hindu community, got. With the light of knowledge and with the victory of good over evil, not only a few days, but all days, let us be the change, join our hands and contribute as much as possible and pray for peace. Peace within is peace without. Peace for all creatures. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Mariji. Is Dheeraj Shah around? Mr. Dheeraj Shah, I saw him. Anyway. Okay, I invite Catherine Henry from Brahma Kumari, Belgium. She is the spiritual leader, one of the spiritual leader of Hindu Forum of Europe, Catherine G.
Om Shanti and sacred greetings for the festival of Diwali. Really, the message of Diwali this year is that of hope. Ram brought the light back into the kingdom. And I feel this year, with all the upheavals, none of us have really celebrated Diwali the way we used to. It's been a couple of years now. And for the first time, you know, the Brahma Kumaris have been very, very active in COP26. We participated in over 30 platforms. And one thing that became clear, and it's such a beautiful feeling inside, is that world leaders are listening to the voices of people of faith, to people of religion, and they're really starting to understand and speak the words that change comes when we change our consciousness. And I was thinking about the world today and the conditions and just hearing all the different stories of what's happening in our world. And really, the world has killed its conscience, and it's igniting this light of Diwali within ourselves, that we ignite the light of consciousness within the minds of others around us. And I think everything starts within the self. I was listening the other day to a conversation at the European Parliament, and one person asked me, because Parliament is based on living on values, not living values, but values. And when you think about it, when we start living our values, shining that light, taking it out into our world, which is what everyone here is doing, that energy, that light will spread. So happy Diwali to everyone and many greetings. Om Shanti.
Thank you very much, Catherine Ji. Do you want to play the...
It'll take too long, Lakshmi, I think.
All right, okay.
But if we have time, I'd love to do it. Yes, no problem.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Actually, Sister Jayanti comes always. So this time I said, let me invite somebody different. And that's how Catherine Ji comes. She always is there in the European Parliament when we have our meetings. And many, many thanks to you, Catherine Ji. Now I invite Madhupati Dasa. He is the president of the Hindu Forum of Hungary and a very learned person. Madhupati Ji.
Om Gyanatim Randasya Gyananjanan Shalakaya Chakshurumritam Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Namah. Namaskar, Namaste, Hare Krishna, everybody. Lord Ramachandra came to show a perfect example of how to be a perfect king and how to be a perfect human being. And these days, our world, our planet, sees very, very difficult days. And this is because humankind has left the dharma. The humankind has picked up habits and processes and practices that are against dharma. We see, I think, two main problems these days: the climate change and the COVID pandemic which have a common root. It is the absolutely unacceptable himsa, violence against nature, against animals, against human beings. Now, I think that Hindus who are on the basis of the Vedas, of Varnashram Dharma, should show an example to the world, especially in terms of ahimsa, that is strict vegetarianism, and we should help those fellow friends who are diverting from this line, and to show the humankind that yes, it is possible to live with the minimum of aggression, minimum of violence against nature, and also to demonstrate the Brahminical qualities of renunciation, non-violence, mercy, and truthfulness, which is also lacking very much in these days politics of the world. So thank you for your attention, and this is all I wanted to say. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Madhupati Dasaji. So I would like here to just mention Nemu Chandaria, who is here. Please raise your hand, Nemu ji. Yes, he's not going to say anything, speak anything, but he is actually the head and board of director of the Jainology department, and generally he is there always with the Hindu Forum of Europe and many other organizations, and I see him supporting all of us and the Jain society very well. Thank you very much for your presence, Nemuji. I shall go to the to one of our young presidents in Europe, Sridhar. Sridharji, he is the president of the Hindu Forum of Germany. He was recently elected, and the floor is yours. The screen is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Lakshmi ji. Thank you to everyone. Namaskar. Yeah, so it is really special day to celebrate Diwali, and as Mr. David just now said, that no words only but action. So as we all know that the Diwali is symbolism of good over evil and dissipating ignorance with knowledge. But as we know that when we lit the diya, the wick is burning itself to give the light to others. So everybody is happy with the light, but nobody is thinking about the wick which is burning. So in order to propagate this peacefulness or everything like Vasudeva Kutumbakam, we have to sacrifice. Unless and until we don't sacrifice some part of our life, we cannot give peace to others. So sacrifice and service to the entire world is the message what Hinduism has to give to the entire world. So always when I see the wick, that we have to burn, we have to sacrifice the service attitude. Unless and until we don't give the service attitude, so we cannot help others. So there is a nice verse in one of the Shastras, Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Saishnunam, Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniya Sadari. So you cannot do the bhakti or you cannot serve anything unless and until you feel responsible for that, without expecting anything. That we are expecting something for ourselves, we cannot do something good for others. So that's why let's take the inspiration from the diya. Let's sacrifice some part of our time and energy to propagate this family. As a big world is a big family, so to propagate this message, we have to sacrifice. So let's take this inspiration and celebrate this Diwali in spirit, not just in words. So let me repeat once again what David said, no more words, let's put it in action. So let's come together, sacrifice, and do the service for the society. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you very much, Sridharji. I would also like to say, where I mentioned briefly about the Tuesday prayers that we do. So in the Tuesday prayers, we also have children coming and saying prayers. So generally, Sridhar's daughter Krishnangi and Sudha's daughter, Raga Sudha is sitting somewhere. Yeah, I can see her. Her daughter, they come and they also recite prayers. So this is just to inform you. Next is Gianluca Triano. He is our treasurer from Italy, and he is nuclear, he works for the nuclear system. So thank you very much. Please, Gianluca.
Thank you very much, Lakshmi. First of all, I'm really glad, very happy to be together with you for Diwali, even if we cannot make something in presence, but okay, hope next year. My thought for Diwali is this. All over the world, people is making an effort to get back to normal life. But this situation, this COVID situation, should make us think what it is normal. I work in technology, and what I learned is that the technological progress, even if it may appear the solution for people problem, for people needing, if the progress is not in balance with the principle of social justice and the principle of respect for the environment and for the animal, the consequence for humanity can be dramatic. And we see it not only for COVID, but mainly for the environmental situation that we are now facing and that in the future we will have to face. The symbol of Diwali is light, everybody know. The one characteristic of the light is that when a light is on, it illuminates everything around, not only particular people or particular part. Once you are in front of the light, you are illuminated. The same should be the technological progress for me. I mean that if we will be able to create a progress that benefit all living beings in the world, so people and animal and nature, it will be in balance with everything, and maybe even the progress could be a good thing for everyone and not just something that make an advantage for few greedy people. So my hope for the future is that after we will, after this situation will pass and we will be able to forget, we won't lose the occasion to learn the lesson that this situation can give to us. Thank you, everybody, and happy Diwali.
Thank you, Gianluca, for that nice speech and good support also. Thank you very much. I would like to introduce Cynthia and Mariano. Could you please raise your hands? They work with me at the Greenwich Peninsula, and both of them are present. Would you like to say something, Cynthia? Or
just greetings to everybody for Diwali, and various people have mentioned hope, and I feel that this is so important now to offer everybody that as we support each other, that we can look forward to light and hope in the future. Happy Diwali, everyone.
Thank you, Cynthia, very much. Thank you. And Mariano, do you want to say something?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, as it happens, I am a Buddhist, and as it happens in the Mahayana tradition, the northern version of Buddhism, on the 8th of December, we celebrate the Buddha's own enlightenment. And so it is, and so it happens in other traditions as well. Christmas, and Hanukkah and so on. To us, what does that mean? Well, we've got a lovely symbol in the two fishes that you might see on the Korean flag, the South Korean flag. And you've got the black one and the white one bundled together in a circle. And each one of them has got an eye of the opposite color. The black one has got a white eye and the white one a black one. A little rain must fall in all of our lives. It is not a matter of getting rid of pain, sadness, or because it is what makes us human. And some of you might be familiar with the parable of the two arrows. The first one is life itself. So there is an element of feeling, pathos in whatever we experience, and that is all right. That is life itself. But we pile on a lot more suffering on it by refusing it, trying to avoid it, or grasping and wanting more of this and that, and not accepting life for whatever it is, not embracing it, and not sharing with others in whatever we are experiencing. And so the message there is the moment we open up to our common experience and we open up to others and get out of our little sphere, just me, then it lightens up. And in that coming together, we also find the release from suffering. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that wonderful explanation and and your Buddhist philosophy also. Mariano, thank you. I request Velji Vakaria to say a few words. He is actually the president of the Kutch Leva Patel community of UK. It is called as SKLP with 3,000 members. He's a very hard-working person and has taken SKLP to a different level in the last 3 years. Velji.
Namaste, everybody. Happy Diwali. I was in Brussels some years back with Diwali for Hindu Forum of Europe. Today, I also feel that I'm in Brussels because I can see so many friends. When I say friends, means Hindu friends from Sweden, from Spain, from Europe, from Switzerland, from Belgium, from Germany, and from Italy. So I don't feel I am in the UK, but I'm in a European Parliament. So that's great. So Lakshmi Ben, many thanks for your leadership, and thanks for inviting me. I can see some resembling faces in this meeting today. If I may name some of them, my good friend Krishna Kripadas, Mary, I also met her when we had a meeting in Southall. My friends in UK here, Dheeraj Bhai Shah, Tarang Shalat, Praveen Bhai Amin, a very well-known Raghu Sudha as well. So thank you very much again. As everybody has said, we need to stay united with one voice. We have got so much of wealth in scripture-wise, but it's like when we have got something in our own house, we don't value it. So with one voice, ladies and gents, I think we can do a lot of change. We have seen an example from a lady from Congo, which is good. So without saying too much, I think if we have a motto of saying united we stand, that will be one good thing. Let us all work together where our voices can be heard collectively for the betterment of Hindus, not only in UK or not only in Europe, but Hindus worldwide. We must be proud of Hindus. And as one of my colleagues said, let us remain vegetarian, right? People from non-veg are getting converted to veg. And it's quite sad to see that some of our Hindu friends are going the other way. So again, many, many thanks to the chair of Hindu Forum of Britain. Many thanks to all the members of Hindu Forum of Europe, and keep up with the good work. Thank you very much. Just a small correction. I'm the president of SKLPC with not 3,000 members, but 30,000 members.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a huge figure, which I said wrongly. So 30,000, please remember. So that's one of the reason why I mentioned, but I think I skipped 3,000. I'm sorry about it.
No problem, Lakshmi, I'm sorry. Let's all work together. I can see Sheila also laughing because.
Okay.
Anyway,
I request Tarang and Anjana to say something briefly.
Namaste to all. I think
Yes.
this sloka, Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahe, Tejasvina Vaditamastu, Mam Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I think in olden Vedic time it was for the teacher and the student, but I think for modern time we can say that together may all of us move together towards betterment of humanity. Together may we perform our duties and understand each other. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you. Your prayer rendition was superb. I mean, so beautifully you said it. Thank you very much. I would invite Manik Paul from Belgium to say a few words. He is actually the Vice President of the Hindu Forum of Belgium, and he's also a member of the Human Rights Commission. Manik ji.
Namaste. I'm really grateful. I owe my gratitude to Hindu Forum of Europe, specifically Lakshmi ji, to invite me to this session on Diwali celebration. I feel really fortunate enough to be the part of the participating members from different European countries. Due to the pandemic, this year we couldn't celebrate this occasion in European Parliament. Otherwise, it's my house, it's my home place, where you could meet, everybody could meet over there. I could remember some of the faces here, those who participated, before in Brussels. And first, I wish you happy Diwali. Today, Hindus all over the world, from Dallas to Delhi and from Copenhagen to Calcutta, celebrate this occasion with the air of freedom, festivity, and friendliness. Unfortunately, today, the world humanity has overshadowed by the act of racial conflict, which has been accelerated by a few religious psychopaths. Since I am working for human rights, specifically minority human rights, so I am very much concerned about these issues. And let the spirit of the celebration lead the world humanity from untruth to truth, from darkness to light, and death to immortal, and from unconscious to consciousness. So this much I could say from my Hindu understanding and from my Hindu values. Wherever you are, still we are running with the pandemic situation. So I feel that, wherever you are, I wish you all the best in this difficult pandemic situation. Take care. And namaste again.
Thank you very much, Manikji. Very nice advice, and very nicely you said about the human rights also. Thank you very much. I would now invite Swami Rameshwara Nandagiri from Spain. I mean, he is actually the president of the Federation of the Fee Foundation, and he's the founder also, and he promotes solidarity and cooperation between culture and societies. And one of his most important liking is the preservation of environment, and he is a very learned monk in Vedanta. Swamiji.
Thank you very much, dear sisters and brothers. Namaste. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you to the Hindu Forum of Europe and to its president, dear Lakshmi Vyas, for the invitation to participate in this fraternal meeting between representatives on Hinduism from different parts of the world, Europe, to share a time of friendship and reflection. It is an honor to be with all of you. It makes me very happy to know that in troubled times and in a divided world, there are many of us who come together every Tuesday to express from our faith and convictions the will to achieve peace and harmony among all human beings. Our selfishness and narrow vision of the social, political, and environmental reality in which we live have led us to a situation that, if we are not capable of looking beyond ourselves as a collective, it will be very difficult for us to reach a better future or simply to have a future. I remember now a little story of a little monkey who is eating fruit up on the tree and sees how a little fish below in a pond benefit from the pieces that fall down. Then the monkey thinks, poor fish, they are very hungry. I'll take them out of the water and feed them properly. And so the monkey does, and in this way, the fish die. In the past, we used to say that when one person have nothing to eat, for example, have no fish, and we have two fishes, we are supposed to give one of them. Then little by little, this changed, and we start to speak all over the world that if someone have no fish to eat, we must teach this person how to catch the fish. But nowadays, there is practically no fish to catch. I can hear the oceans crying and saying, there is no fish, there is no more fish I can give you. No. The current climate emergency forces all sectors that make up our society to rethink their work plans in order to mainstream climate actions in projects, investments, and communication with their beneficiaries. We will only emerge from this crisis with everyone commitment and action, as we listened before. The impacts of global warming and the climate crisis affect all sectors of the global human family. The global crisis that we are experiencing highlights the fact that coexistence is a must for the whole of humanity. The current situation shows the importance of the bonds that unite us with all the people around us and the planet, and to which extent our decisions, our solidarity can be the turning point for our existence in the world. In this sense, we can think that our diet, for example, can be an important point in the future of this question, this matter. Over here in Extremadura, in Spain, this campus fee we are ruling on, a sustainable environmentally friendly project. We are contributing the best we can to revert the damage we have done to the environment, and would like to finish by sharing with all of you the invitation coming to visit us whenever it is possible and show how our aims is to go from words to facts. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Swamiji. We will definitely, if things work out well in next June, we will be there at Spain in your campus. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I request Praveen Amin to say a few words. Praveen ji? Yes. Praveen ji, he is the president of the National Association of Patidar Samaj. And more than anything, he's a very good human being. Praveen ji.
Thank you, Lakshmi ji. And also, we heard Velji Bhai talking about a lot of people who are, lots of people who are present here. Jai Shri Ram. Diwali, of course, as everybody said, is the light over darkness. It comes exactly on a darkest night of the lunar month, and we do Divas to lighten up. The thing is that it comes after about 20 days after Dashera. That shows how Ram, after destroying Ravan, traveled to Ayodhya, and the Diwali is marking that time. In terms of Diwali, it gives the economy also a boost in terms of the effect of Diwali in India and other countries. I'll just say that yesterday, it was anniversary of Constitution of India. The Constitution of India has enshrined lots of values of Hinduism. India has become secular while its neighbors who parted at time of independence are not. You can show that when people complain that too many rights are given to the rights of people like in the Constitution, like reservation others, we will say that the rights given to women, Dalits, and other religions have really strengthened India's hand. For last 70 years, India's hand is strengthened because otherwise it would have fallen apart like Afghanistan. So we can see that Hinduism has really values which are practical, and yesterday the anniversary had really enlightened or shown it to us. The event is of course celebrated all over here in UK, in India by family. Our organization also made sure that people were, they took part in lots of celebration in terms of religion aspect as well as the celebration in terms of enjoyment for the whole family and the children. So that's all I can say, that Diwali brings brightness and has got practical things as well. Jai Shri Ram. Thank you very much for allowing me to talk.
Thank you, and Jai Shri Ram. Now I request Chiranjeevi to say a few words. Chiranjeevi. Yes.
Namaste. First of all, I would
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Chiranjeevi Podial, and I am the General Secretary of Nepalese Hindu Forum, UK, and also the member of Hindu Forum of Britain.
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank Lakshmi ji and the organizer for inviting me to this important, meeting with such wonderful people, gathering of people. I would like to recite Santi Mantra, which I think is relevant at this time because we are talking about climate, the environment type of things. So, Om Deo Santi Rantaricham Santi Prithvi Santi Rapa Santi Roshadaya Santi Vanaspataya Santi Vishwadeva Santi Santi Brahma Santi Sarva Santi Santi Reva Santi Samam Santi Redi Om Santi Santi Santi. It says peace in the earth, sky, space, water, plant, vegetation, trees, and everywhere. Who would think that we pray like this 2,000, 4,000, 500, 600, 6,000 years ago? Who would think about the space, peace in the space? This has become relevant. And this is the mantra we recite. And I remember my parents used to tell me, don't pollute in the water. Don't urine, don't pollute in the water. Don't pollute in the mountain. We would worship mountains, trees, water, river, everywhere. That is what we have to do. That is what the Hindus tell. And when we ask them why we should not do it, they would say, this is adharma. This is not dharmic karya. This is papa. This is sin. So we had that feeling. That feeling came, and we never do. We always respect this. So that is what we should do, and it is very relevant today when we are talking about climate change and this crisis all over the world. And I will end with this mantra again. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kaschid dukha bhag bhave. So we pray. So may all be happy, may all be healthy, may all enjoy prosperity, and may none suffer. But here we are not talking about fidel or infidel, Christian or Islam, or Hindus or Buddhists or Jains or any Jews. We are talking all humanity. Not only all humanity, but all living being. Not only animals, but all living being. So that is what we should do. And if we follow this path, this Hinduism path, then there will be peace in the world, and there will be no any crisis in the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chiranjeevi ji. Now I invite Kesh Murjaria to say a few words. He is the CEO of Hindu Forum of Europe and also Hindu Matters in Britain. Kesh ji.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lakshmi. I would like to share my screen. So I think what I would like to do is, let me share my screen first. So I'm going to be talking about, I'm also a volunteer at the Hindu Forum of Britain, Hindu Matters in Britain. And I'm going to be talking today about the status of state of Hindus in Bangladesh. But before we do that, let me say a very short prayer. Swatmanasan, one second. Let me say this one. Satyasa Swatmana Sangha, Satyasa Paramatmanaha, Satyasa Chiguru Sangha, Satratanam Tatevacha. Thank you. So I'll be quick on this one. Hindu Matters in Britain have taken up the case of reporting what's happening in Bangladesh to our politicians, to various organizations, and so on. So I'll just bring you up to speed. Since 2013, there have been about 3,600 attacks on Hindus in Bangladesh. The violence in October last month, which happened, started when one culprit who has subsequently been caught, he placed a copy of the Quran at the feet of the Murti of Hanuman in one of the temples. He took pictures, and then the rest is history. The violence followed. So this is how the violence started. But having said that, since 2013, there have been a lot of attacks on Hindus in various, not just Hindus, but also Christians, Buddhists, and other denominations. This is some of the newspapers which have reported it. Hindu Matters in Britain are in constant, we do get constant updates from Bangladesh itself. So we got people on the ground who are giving us a status report. I think that what we have mentioned here today is that if we work together, we can get things done. So I would urge that if we haven't already written to our MPs or haven't spoken to our politicians about the state of Hindus in Bangladesh, please do so. And let's work together on this one. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Lakshmi.
Thank you very much. Okay, I have got a message from Sonu Malkani, who is the chair of the Harrow Interfaith. She is not able to come. I'll quickly read the message. May the Lord bless us with wisdom to respect, love, and learn from one another by building, nurturing strong bonds and selfless love, which keeps us tied forever. Nutan Varsha Abhinandan and much success with COP26 initiatives going forward. Very keen to engage with you, Lakshmi, on saving our planet. God bless you with prayers and great hopes in future. And I go next to Puneet Dwivedi from Scotland, and I'll come to Arun Ji after that. So Puneet Ji.
Namaste. Thank you for this opportunity to
Your voice is
on this.
shaking. Your voice is shaking.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, everybody can? Okay.
Okay. So namaste everyone. Namaste Dr. Lakshmi Vyas ji and all the esteemed guests, Swami ji, and Pranam to all and Shubh Deepavali to all. I just wanted to say that reiterate what everybody has said. We Hindus just think of the welfare of entire humankind. If you visit any Hindu temple, at the end of the prayer we say Vishwa ka kalyan ho, dharma ka prachar ho. So we never say for a specific community or specific place. We just want peace for entire universe, which makes us a distinguished dharma. I would not say religion, but it's dharma which never converts or by luring people or by force. All I can see many white Hindus here because you all like the good things about our Vedic tradition, which influenced you to become a Hindu. So in Scotland, we are a very small community of Hindus, and there are a lot of challenges we face here. We face discriminations and other challenges, but however, we are trying small steps so that we can be united. We stood up for many things, like as Swamiji mentioned about the Bangladeshi Hindus. So we supported the ISKCON here, and there were around 40 people. We had a silent vigil here in Edinburgh, capital of Scotland, against the atrocities of Hindus in Bangladesh. So we need to stand up for our dharma, which cannot just be a silent observer. So that's one thing I wanted to say. And this year has been a very interesting year for all of us here, Hindus in Scotland, because Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi ji, visited for the COP26 conference, and I was among the lucky 40 people to get a chance to meet him one-to-one, and it was an amazing experience. He is like a saint. He's got a very positive aura. That's all I can say, and it was a wonderful experience. I was part of Hindu Forum of Britain Scotland chapter. I stepped down recently, and I'm just doing volunteer work with Go Dharmic and other organizations. Yeah, so I just wanted to say that we are small community. Lakshmi ji, please remember us as well in your European Parliament things. And there are many things we can work together, and you all can guide us. That's all really. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak. Sorry, I just joined late because I tied up with my small kids here. So thank you, and Shubh Deepavali to everyone.
And thank you, Puneet, for joining us. Of course, I will be in touch with you. Thank you. And I think Arun from Antwerp, Arun Jogani, he is the co-opted member of the Hindu Forum of Europe. So he helps us a lot. So a few words from you.
Yeah. First of all, I want to say namaste to everybody, and thank you, Lakshmi ji, to introduce all these different people from all over the Europe. And now I am in Dubai. Actually, in Dubai, situation is very good, and we celebrated Diwali very well here. And first of all, I just want to give one message to all of us that we all have to stay united, and because we are very peaceful community, and we have to spread our peace message to all over the world. And if we are united, we can do our work very nicely. So this is the best thing we have to do, and that is what Lakshmi ji is doing. She is calling everybody from different parts of the people, and we are having the same view of our opinion and everything. She is taking, and she is always finding the good solution for everything. So I think that we have to continue this type of meeting from all over the Europe, and we have to do peaceful things for all over the world. Thank you very much. And I wish you everybody a happy and prosperous New Year.
Thank you, Arunji. So I think is still Dheeraj Shah around? I think I have missed him. Probably he left, I think. So he's the only person whom could not join the meeting. Neil Kumar, do you want to say something? Neil Ji. Okay. So I think we have finished our work, the entire program in the given time. I call upon Dr. Ragasudha Vinjamuri to give the vote of thanks. She is the associate lecturer at the University of Sunderland in London, and she is a classical dance expert. Sudhaji.
Namaskar, everyone. It's wonderful that we are actually marking Diwali today with a lot of messages. And it is not just a spiritual essence that everybody has spoken about. It is about the philosophy, the spirit of Hinduism. Different monks, Swamijis, leaders, community leaders, as well as spiritual leaders, Karyakartas, promoting Hindu values in different parts of Europe and beyond. All of them have given wonderful, wonderful messages. And it is the message of understanding, of peace, of unity, of togetherness, of vegetarianism, and also the economic aspect was also added by one of the presenters. So it's a wonderful gathering that we have had. And I also wanted to conclude this program with a small mantra from Yajur Veda. What is implicit in this mantra is the peace is not always in the outer world, the peace is within as well. So peace in the outer world is peace within for us. So we have to respect the environment and people around us. So when we recite these mantras, the vibrations that are created through the recitation have a very, very positive effect on us and on the environment around us. When I say environment, it is people, it is the entire ecology. So, Om Dyav Shantir, Antariksham Shanti, Prithvi Shantir, Apaha Shantir, Aushadhayaha Shanti, Vanaspatayaha Shantir, Vishwai Deva Shantir, Brahma Shanti, Sarvam Shanti, Shanti Reva Shanti, Sama Shanti Revi, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So we are talking about Panchabhutasya, our macro elements of nature. So it is always important to have a balance of macro and micro elements of nature. So the Agni, the Vayu, the ether, we have to strike a balance among all these elements. And thank you so much. It was a wonderful event. And as I said, everybody has spoken in different aspects, covering different angles of the Hindu Dharma. So thank you one and all. Om Shanti.
Thank you very much to all of you who have been here for the last 1 hour and 30 minutes. I have missed out Bhagya, Dr. Bhagya, but she is there on. She was from the beginning. She was here. She also joins our prayer session. So with the last prayer, I will close this meeting. I will recite Om Bhurбhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you very much to all of you. Bye.
Thank you, Lakshmi ji. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. To all.
Thank you, Gianluca. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Anjana.
You have to say thank you, Mahi.
Nemu ji, Puneet ji. I can see the little one. Wow, so cute.
She got the chance to meet Modi ji.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I know. I mean, I was envying all you guys in Scotland.
Namaste, Kazu. Namaste. No.
Namaste.
Namaste, Tarang ji. Good to see you, Anjana Ben. We'll catch
Namaste.
up. Thank you,
Namaste,
Lakshmi.
everybody.
Manik ji, namaste. Thank you for
Namaste,
coming.
everybody.
Yeah.
Namaste.
So nice to see Tarangji.
Bye.
And,
Namaste, everybody. Thank you.
Praveen ji, thank you. Your presence
Thank you
was
very
very,
much.
very valuable.
Yes, thank you.
Always, Lakshmi.
Thank you for the opportunity and joining you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nemu ji, thank you once again. Thank you, Kesh, for your wonderful help. I mean, thank you. And Sudha, thank you very much for the vote of thanks. Okay. And Neil Kumar ji, I know you have been there all the time. Many, many thanks to you.
Yes, very well done.
come
Kesh,
on
well
video
done.
usually.
It was beautiful, Kesh. Well done. Lakshmi ji, well done. Ragasudha, I was expecting you to dance as well with your
For a change, no.
It was perfect time for Diwali, but very well done.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
So don't
When
forget.
will we see you, Neil?
You always see me. Everybody saw me on the 100th occasion anyway. Lakshmi ji, don't forget COP26 next Sunday. Let's get the delegation in.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Okay, we will chat later. Well done, Kesh. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.